Have you ever wondered how to create a robots.txt file for your blogger site? Well, today we're diving deep into this topic because it's more important than you might think. You see, a robots.txt file is a crucial component of your site that communicates with web crawlers, those tireless digital explorers that index the web for search engines. It's like a traffic controller, guiding these crawlers on which parts of your blog to visit and which to leave untouched. Why does it matter for bloggers? Well, a well-configured robots.txt file can make your blog more visible to search engines, boosting your SEO and potentially driving more traffic to your site. On the flip side, a poorly configured file can hide your blog from search engines, making it harder for potential readers to find you. Now that we understand what a robots.txt file is and why we need it, let's move on to how we can create one for our blogger site. Before we can create a robots.txt file, we need to access our Blogger dashboard. Let's get started. First things first, you'll need to sign into your Blogger account. If you don't have one yet, don't worry. Setting up an account is both free and straightforward. Once you're signed in, you'll be directed to your Blogger homepage. Now this is where the magic happens. Look for the dashboard button, usually found on the left-hand side of the screen. Clicking on this will take you to the main control room of your blog. It's essential that you have administrative access to your blog, as this enables you to make the necessary changes to your blog settings, including the creation of a robots.txt file. Remember, every journey begins with a single step and you've just taken yours. With access to our Blogger dashboard, we're ready to start creating our robots.txt file. Once we're in our Blogger dashboard, we need to find our way to the right settings. It's a bit like navigating a ship through an ocean, except instead of compasses and stars, we have menus and buttons. So let's set sail. Firstly, look over to the left side of your Blogger dashboard. You'll find a menu there, a vertical list of options that's essentially your navigation map. Among these options, you'll find one labeled Settings. That's our destination. So, cast your cursor like an anchor and click on it. Now, you've entered the Settings section. Herein lies a multitude of options, each serving its own purpose. But the one we're interested in, the treasure we're hunting, is tucked away under the Search Preferences subheading. It's a bit of a journey to get there, but fear not, for every great explorer knows that the journey is as important as the destination. So let's continue our voyage. Click on Search Preferences. This will open up a new page filled with options related to how your blog appears in search results. And among these options you'll find what we're looking for. Custom Robots.txt. The Custom Robots.txt option might seem a bit intimidating, like a mysterious island on an old map, but it's actually quite friendly. This is where we can create our robots.txt file. Now you might wonder why we've taken this long journey to find the custom robots.txt option. Well, the robots.txt file plays a crucial role in how search engines interact with your blog. It's the set of instructions that tells search engine bots which parts of your blog they can visit and which parts they should avoid. So it's quite important that we get this right, isn't it? But before we get ahead of ourselves, remember we're still navigating. We've found our destination, but we haven't started creating our robots.txt file yet. We'll save that for the next part of our journey. So, take a moment to breathe, to take in the view. You've navigated to the right settings, and you're ready to create your robots.txt file. Now that we're in the right place, we can start creating our robots.txt file. Creating a robots.txt file might seem complex, but it's actually a straightforward process. So, let's dive right in. To start, we need to understand what a robots.txt file is. In simplest terms, it's a text file webmasters create to instruct web robots, also known as search engine bots, how to crawl pages on their website. It's like leaving a note for the mailman, but in this case, our mailman is the search engine bot, and our note is the robots.txt file. Now let's walk through the steps of creating this file. First, you'll need to open up a plain text editor. This could be Notepad on Windows, TextEdit on Mac, or any other text editor of your choice. Just ensure it's a plain text editor, not a word processor, as we don't want any formatting in our robots.txt file. Once we have our text editor open, it's time to start writing our instructions for the web robots. These instructions are written in a specific syntax. Don't worry, it's not as scary as it sounds. In fact, the syntax is quite simple. Each instruction is made up of two parts, the user agent and the disallow line. The user agent refers to the specific web robot that you're giving instructions to. If you want to give instructions to all web robots, you can use an asterisk as a wildcard. The disallow line tells the robot which pages or directories it should not visit. If you want to block all robots from crawling your entire site, you would write disallow. The slash after the colon is the root of your site, so this instruction tells robots not to crawl any pages on your site. To allow all robots to visit all areas of your site, you would simply leave the disallow line blank like this, disallow. But let's say you want to block a specific directory, like your images folder. In this case, you would write disallow/images/. The beauty of a robots.txt file is that it can be customized to your specific needs. You can block certain robots while allowing others, or block specific directories while allowing others to be crawled. Once you've written your instructions, save your file as robots.txt. It's crucial to use this exact file name, as this is what web robots will be looking for. Before we move on, here's a quick tip. Always double-check your syntax. A misplaced character or typo can change the meaning of your instructions, leading to unwanted crawling or blocking. With our robots.txt file created, we're almost done. There's just one more step to complete. After creating our robots.txt file, we need to save and test it to make sure it's working correctly. Now, let's dive right into the process. First, to save our robots.txt file, we need to go to the top right corner of the screen and click on the Save Changes button. It's as simple as that. The file is now saved on the server and is ready to guide search engine bots on how to interact with your site. However, saving the file is only half the battle. We also need to test it to ensure it's working as intended. For this, we will use an effective tool provided by Google itself, known as the Google Search Console. After logging into your Google Search Console account, go to the Robots Testing tool. Here, you can input the URL of your Blogger site, and the tool will crawl it as a Googlebot would. The tool will then provide you with a report. If the report shows a status allowed, that means our robots.txt file is working perfectly and Googlebot can access your site. But if it shows status blocked, there are some issues we need to address. Don't panic if you see a blocked status. It's not uncommon and can be easily rectified. The error might be due to a typo in your robots.txt file or an incorrect directive. Go back to your robots.txt file in Blogger and review it for any possible mistakes. Correct them and save the changes again. Then, retest your site using the Robots Testing tool. Keep in mind that the goal is to guide the search engine bots, not to block them entirely. So, be cautious with your disallow directives. Remember, a well-structured robots.txt file can significantly enhance your website's visibility on search engines. With our robots.txt file saved and tested, we've successfully completed the process. Your Blogger site is now more optimized for search engines. We've covered a lot today, so let's quickly summarize the main points. We began by understanding the vital role of a robots.txt file. This simple yet powerful tool instructs search engine robots about the pages on your site that they should or shouldn't visit. It's like your blog's traffic controller, helping to optimize your site for search engines. Then, we dove into the world of Blogger. We explored how to navigate to the right settings, a process that may seem daunting at first, but with a little practice becomes second nature. Next, we unveiled the art of creating your robots.txt file, a process that involves careful consideration of which pages to include and exclude. Finally, we emphasized the importance of testing your robots.txt file. This step ensures that your instructions to search engine robots are clear and correct. Remember, creating a robots.txt file for your Blogger site is a vital step in optimizing your blog for search engines. Don't overlook it.